The Last Train to Lviv, Chapter 1. Escape from Kyiv. The sound of sirens echoed through the streets of Kyiv. Yuriy, a 36-year-old teacher, held his daughter's hand tightly as they rushed toward the train station. The war had begun weeks ago, and Russian missiles had turned once bustling neighborhoods into ruins. His wife, Oksana, had insisted he leave with their 8-year-old daughter, Anna. "Get her to safety," she had said, standing at their apartment door with tears in her eyes. "I will. Stay and help." Oksana was a nurse, and she refused to abandon the wounded. Now standing in the crowd at the central station, Yuriy saw thousands of people desperate to leave. Women and children pushed forward, their eyes filled with fear and exhaustion. The platform trembled as a train approached. The last train to Lviv for the day. Chapter 2. The Journey. West Inside. The overcrowded train, Yuriy held Anna close. The windows were covered to prevent light from showing, but flashes of fire could still be seen in the distance. Each explosion made Anna flinch. A woman next to them, an elderly lady named Nadia, held a small bag with all her belongings. "I lived through the Soviet times," she whispered. "I never thought I would see this again." The train moved slowly, passing through darkened towns. Occasionally it stopped as air raid sirens wailed. At one station, Yuriy saw soldiers helping. Civilians. Some were young men who had just said goodbye to their families, heading east instead of west to the front lines. Chapter 3. The Other Side of the War. Meanwhile, in a military camp outside Kherson, Sergei, a 22-year-old Russian soldier, stared at his phone. His mother had sent a message. "Where are you? Are you safe? Come home." Sergei had enlisted thinking he was protecting his country. But after weeks of war, seeing the destruction firsthand, he began to question everything. The Ukrainian cities were not full of Nazis, as he had been told. They were full of families, just like his. One night, his unit was ordered to advance into a small village. As they entered, an old man approached them. "Please," he begged, "there are only civilians here." Sergei hesitated. He looked at his commander, then back at the man. His hands were shaking. He had a choice to make. Chapter 4. A New Future Days. Later, Yuriy and Anna finally arrived in Lviv, now a major hub for refugees. Volunteers welcomed them with blankets and food. Yuriy immediately searched for a way to contact Oksana, but the phone lines were unstable. One evening, while watching the news, he saw reports of Russian soldiers surrendering or refusing orders. Some, like Sergei, had laid down their weapons, unable to continue the war. Others had defected, crossing into Ukraine to help civilians escape. The war was far from over, but there were glimmers of hope. Yuriy believed that one day he would see Oksana again, that Anna would return to a free Kyiv, and that perhaps even soldiers like Sergei could find peace. As the sun set over Lviv, Yuriy whispered to his daughter, "We will go home one day. I promise."